Hello and welcome to episode 257 of the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. Howdy do. I am a little late. I was out of town over the weekend, so I didn't get the podcast done. And I thought I'd be a big hero and get it done Monday, but I didn't and I wasn't. And I got it started Tuesday, but I didn't get it recorded. I got the show picked out and the songs, etc. So here we are. Sorry I'm late. Here you go. Today is a wonderful show. Surprisingly so. I'd forgotten about this because it's kind of overshadowed in my mind with the Valentine's Day show 2 days after. This is February 12th, 1975, Led Zeppelin in New York City. This is a great recording. Recorded right behind the mixing desk with the mics on a pole held up over the desk, so I don't know how they got away with it, but they did. And it sounds wonderful. It's a nice audience recording, courtesy of, surprise, surprise, Led Zeppelin Boots, the YouTube channel. The Dogs of Doom Led Zeppelin drive that they share with their members is out of commission again. So I am without a place that has every Led Zeppelin show that I can just grab and pick. So that was another factor in why it took so long, because I went Monday for what am I going to do? And saw that it was down, and then was like, oh shit, what am I going to do? But I got it straightened out. All right, here we go. We have Jimmy Page, Broken Finger, 1975, left index finger, the main anchor finger for a guitar player, is broken. And the beginning of this tour, which was the end of January, we had Robert Plant getting extremely sick with a horrible chest cold, like the one that I'm still getting over 2 weeks later. And we had Jimmy with his broken finger. So they did some changes on the fly at the beginning of the tour with the inclusion of When the Levee Breaks and Wanton Song, and the exclusion of Dazed and Confused in favor of How Many More Times. That was just for a few gigs, until Jimmy figured out how to play with his hampered finger better. And I think his solution was opiates and alcohol. Copious opiates and alcohol. Which we all know what happens after that. But this show is that rarest of creatures. A 1975 show that doesn't have a wasted Jimmy or out-of-tune strings or a lethargic Bonzo or Robert sounding like a frog. This ticks all the boxes for a great Led Zeppelin show. And it is fun. It is inventive. The sound quality is nice. You're going to hear it. So I guess we don't need to do anything. This is the Physical Graffiti Tour in support of Physical Graffiti, which was not out yet at this time. So when they would play songs from Physical Graffiti, people would just listen. They wouldn't lose their mind. It's always weird to hear stuff like that. Like back in 1971 when Zeppelin played Stairway for the first time. And the people were like, yeah, okay, that was cool. Play Heartbreaker. It is interesting. All right, well, let's jump in. I listened to this show last night. There's a whole lot of songs that are good, but I'm sticking with my original choices. The first being Sick Again. Oh, let me read you the set list. You can go to heartofmarkness.com and get this show for free. Oh my goodness, this recording is so old that its lineage is Audience Master to DAT to CD to SHN. Those of you in the know, SHN is the lossless audio codec file type, which preceded FLAC, called Shorten. So nice. We got your intro, ladies and gentlemen, Led Zeppelin. Rock and roll, Sick Again, Over the Hills and Far Away, In My Time of Dying. The song remains the same. The Rain Song. Kashmir, No Quarter. Another introduction. Trampled Underfoot, Moby Dick, Dazed and Confused, with San Francisco. Disc 3, another intro, Stairway to Heaven, Whole Lot of Love into Black Dog, into another intro, into Heartbreaker, which contains a spontaneous That's Alright Mama. It's a fun show. Alright, let's start with Sick Again, ladies and germs. February 12th, 1975. And what tape is this? I'm trying to see if the name, I think the name is in the file name. Jerry Moore. Let's hear it for Jerry Moore. This is Source 1, audience Source 1. Sick Again, friendos. Here we go.
Do you know my name? Say good evening. That's better. We came 4 blocks in the snow to get here. You realise that? Well, let me tell you something. People were calling me up on the telephone today saying, is it going to be on? Is it going to be on? For a minute I wondered about my anatomy, and then I realised there was some discrepancy about the weather. Isn't it good though it snows? Doesn't it change the vibe of the city? I think it's great. Anyway, so we'll dedicate this to the keeper of the seasons, the man who gives us snow when we need it, whoever he is, wherever he is. We're going to do a cross-section of material. As any of you who've been to any of the other shows we've done? For those of you who haven't, I'm going to give you a bit of shtick. It's a cross-section of the material that we've got together in the last 6.5 years. And it starts with one that goes something like this.
I like the little vocal phrasings and improvs that Robert was doing there just in the background. Good stuff, good stuff. Jimmy didn't seem to really know where to go exactly with the solo at points, but that's life. It still sounded great, unbelievably good recording, tight band, happy band, and the song that Robert is introducing is Over the Hills and Far Away, which I'm going to play right now because it is great. Listen to some of that, almost sounds like flamenco playing that Jimmy does on this song. Really cool shit. Man, that impressed me. Over the Hills, folks, here you go.
Thank you. This is what we could consider to be the last of the New York concerts. We've got the Nassau County ones, but we've always really done the playing in the bar. And so tonight we're going to have a really ecstatic...
He's such a great front man. My gosh. Well, that flamenco thing that I swore was there was not there. So I don't know what the hell I was listening to. Apparently it wasn't Over the Hills and Far Away, or if it was, it wasn't from this show. So sorry about that. I was really looking forward to it. It was still great. He really stretched out there, did an extra long solo, played some cool shit. I liked it. He seemed to like it. It was inventive. I enjoyed the playing. I always enjoy hearing Bonzo play drums to that song, and Jonesy play bass. The rhythm section for that song in 1975, absolutely stellar. Little bit of funk in the back there. Got a little funk in the trunk. Alright. Spiel. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube under the name Heart of Markness. There's a Facebook group you are welcome to join. I implore you, invite you, welcome you. Twitter, I'm just on Twitter to post the show because Twitter, since Elon Musk bought it, is a shit show for anything substantial, at least in my experience. So I'm just there like, here's the show, and every once in a while I'll like and retweet stuff. YouTube is, I also have this podcast on YouTube, which is what I do. I just post it on YouTube. So you can go there if you want, but you hear it in lower quality than you're hearing it now if you're hearing it on a regular podcast channel. And I'm on all of those too, which you know since you've already found me because you're listening to me. I also have a website, which I mentioned earlier, heartofmarkness.com, where you can get this show and just about every one of the other 300-something shows I've done. Because don't forget the bonus episodes from the pandemic. I'm pushing 400 shows total, I think. In the high 300s, I believe. So you can go there and get the shows that I cover, not just the songs that I play, but you can go get the whole recording for free. This whole thing is predicated on being free. The music is shared for free. The music is shared for free from me. I got it for free. You get it for free. If you pass it on, keep the recording the same and do it for free. Awesome. While you're on YouTube, listening to me, as you should at all times, but if you're going to defy me and be a heretic and listen to somebody else, you could do worse than listening to Led Zeppelin Boots on YouTube. That is a channel where this gentleman finds the most complete and best sources of shows. It's not unusual for him to actually make these compilations because he'll make merges to make the most complete version, so he'll use multiple sources and stuff. Speed corrected, pitch corrected, all that stuff. Kind of the definitive version of each concert in ways. Led Zeppelin Boots, great. That's where this came from. He posted this show a couple days ago. I listened to it and I said, wow, I enjoyed that. I think I will share that with my people. So Led Zeppelin Boots is great if you want to listen to a whole Led Zeppelin concert, if you want to check a show out before you buy it or find it and see if it's worth your time. It's excellent. He has a zillion shows and they're all great. And even the ones that are shitty recordings, like France, 1973, is, I mean, as bad as it gets. The fact that he finds the best version of the worst show and then makes it's the most complete version, so it's archivally preserved. Because, I mean, this shit is 50 years old now and older, which is insane. So he's doing God's work by taking these shows, creating and preserving in digital form the best versions of these shows, so that, you know, 100 years from now, some kid who stumbles across a Led Zeppelin reference or a Led Zeppelin image or something, looks them up, can find this shit and enjoy it. I love it. Thank you guys. So Led Zeppelin Boots channel, And by the way, the edibles are kicking in, obviously, because I'm babbling. It was really nice and brief. A lot of brevity in the beginning of this, but now we're going to stretch out a little. It's like Jimmy in 1975 when he comes back after Moby Dick, and for that 30 minutes, you know, he wasn't writing letters to Grandma. So he comes back, he's a little more loosey-goosey and sometimes sloppy-woppy. I'm, yeah, more the latter than the former. So, yes, Led Zeppelin Boots channel is good. Another one is JCM, John Charlie Mark. He is a Spanish gentleman who makes these great deep dive documentary videos about aspects of Led Zeppelin's career, specific albums, specific shows, like the Earl's Court stuff. How did they come up with Into the Outdoor? How did they come up with Physical Graffiti? When did that start? Page Plant stuff. Really, 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 really filling a fucking niche for the fans like myself, frantically waving my hand in the air. Ideally, it would be what I would do if I in any way had my shit together and could focus on a task. And speaking of that, turns out I probably have ADHD. No shit, Mark. Really? You? Mr. Even Keel? Yeah, that's me. So, gotta get tested for that, and if so, you'll know when they give me whatever they give you for ADHD, Adderall, I guess. When I suddenly turn into, you know, Walter Cronkite. Good evening, I'm going to present this Led Zeppelin concert. It is 47 minutes 57 seconds long and reaches a peak volume of 0 dB. So when that happens, you'll know I'm on my meds. Ha 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 ha. Alright, it's been a while since I've done one of these super stoned. Hope you're not rolling your eyes. Alright, well, let's just get to it. Alright, yes, the JCM channel. You should watch that. These are not 3-hour-long Ken Burns commitments. You're talking 20, 30 minutes. They're really, really well researched. The guy loves Led Zeppelin, and he loves them in the way that we do. If you're listening to this, chances are you love Led Zeppelin with your heart. There's something to it. There's something to it. There's umami, or whatever that new flavor is to it. An unctuousness that's something special about the band. All right, JCM, Led Zeppelin Boots. All right, we'll stick. There's more, but that'll get you going for the music and then the stories behind the music. There we go. Nice one. Nice ending, Mr. Donahue. Thank you. All right, last song I have for you. I'm not done yet, you pricks. Hang on. Now that I've buttered you up. All of this is courtesy of the Titans upon whose shoulders rests this humble yet mighty podcast. I am, of course, talking about my patrons, your patrons. They keep the lights on in this place. They pay for the hosting. They pay for the Mega Drive where I keep the shows. They pay for the website. They pay for the hosting of the podcast on SoundCloud. There's upkeep. This costs money. Not a tremendous amount, but they cover it. It's great. I love them for it. And as such, I read this. I offer a Laurel and Hardy handshake to the following: Keith and Tilda, Steve, George, Big Ed, Kenny, John from West Footscray, Picard. Hey man, I have to write you back. Thank you. I just saw the Facebook message you sent me. It was very, 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 very sweet. And I will get back to you shortly. Sorry I didn't do it sooner. I'm hardly ever on Facebook and on Messenger because I guess we're not friends. I don't know. You weren't in my things. You were in the back with all the Russian, like, hello, I love you. Will you show me picture of your thing so I can blackmail you? You were in with those guys. But thank you. You're very sweet. Rob from Melbourne, Australia. Wayne from Parts Unknown. Brad, Danielle, Tracy, Superlative David, Bonzo Billy, and Mimo. Bonzo Billy. I love that. I hope you don't mind me calling you that, man. If you do, just tell me and I will knock it off. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those are my patrons. If you want to be a patron, go to Patreon. Look for Heart of Markness. I put up a Patreon episode. I did it. I cracked the ice. I'm getting caught up. I'm doing my shit. Yay. We're on an upswing. Patreon.com/heartofmarkness. Or go to heartofmarkness.com and see the Patreon banner there. Click it. Do your thing. You know how it works. Alrighty. Back to our show. Kashmir, motherfuckers. And I think it is a Les Paul Kashmir and not a Dan Electro Kashmir. If I'm wrong, and I'm usually am when I call this shit, it's like 80% I'm wrong. Let me know. At heartofmarkness.com. Hey, there we go. Stuck the landing. Alright. Kashmir, guys. This is a really good one. And Jimmy does some noodling. That's pretty cool. Like, Kashmir, with its kind of off-balance kind of beat, because they're playing in 5 and they're playing in 4, I believe. That's how it works. It's kind of hard, plus the droney repetition, it doesn't really lend itself to, there's not a lot of open spaces for you to, like, step out and do a little lick. But Jimmy does it, and it doesn't suck. It's awesome. It's super good. It sounds good, and this is it's neat to hear one of these first performances of Kashmir. Like I wrote on the website, the wings are still wet on this song. There is not the definitive final version. I mean, it is. It's pretty staid, but there is this room for trying stuff out because there's still, the cement hasn't set. There's still time to change things. So I like this a lot, and I hope you do too. All right, Kashmir. At long last, my long-suffering listeners. There we go. I got it. Kashmir. Here we go. Holy shit, I talked a long time.
I Thank you very much.
The person who yelled back, "You're welcome," memorialized 49 years later. We've got that captured. Thank you very much. You're welcome. That made me so happy. That performance was badass. It was a little heavier, a little more rock, with some of the stuff Jimmy did, some chopping and kind of Pete Townsend-y junk stuff, rhythm, really cool. Not sticking with the Eastern motif all the way there. And yeah, just little filigrees here and there. Kind of some of the little diddly-diddly-diddly-diddly-diddlies that he does in the Rain song. You know, just those little, I don't know. Never mind. But it's good, right? And the mixture of guitar to Jonesy's keyboards and the Mellotron, perfect for when they did the bow 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 do do do. When they did that, the mixture of the guitar, which sounded badass, and Jonesy's keys was great, and Jimmy's da 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 was amazing. Every time, it was just cool as shit, man. I liked that one a lot. And Robert's voice was really good when he hit the falsetto with the ooh. It was pure and wonderful. So, alright. Let's call it a night, folks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out. I chatted for a bit there. It's been a while. Beg me that indulgence. I will be back Sunday with Truckosaurus. Well, maybe not Truckosaurus, not guaranteed to appear. But I will be back with another show. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe one of the South American page plants, if I haven't done them all, because those are awesome. Giant crowds, great energy. We'll see. Or something. Alright, bye-bye. Oh, be good to yourselves and each other. Thank you.